Kal Halam, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahakadash. Shalom to the elect, shalom to the 1/3. Shalom to the elect, shalom to the 1/3. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well and teach well, taught me this truth and sincerity. Once again, double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well, taught me this truth and sincerity. Shalom. Alright, and it's going to be a quick lesson, man. Probably no longer than 30 minutes. So, we talking about the 12 tribes today. Basically, I'm trying to bring some edification to those that may not understand what's going on. So, real quick edification, man. If come with a humble spirit, if you're going to listen, come with a humble spirit. All right? So, these are the 12 tribes charts, okay? And this is not nothing that we making up. This is very historical. You can search history if you know about history, if you know about the captivities, if you know about the Babylonians, the Assyrians, the Persians, the Medes, the Greeks, and the Romans. If you paid attention in history class for more than 10 minutes, man, you might know a little bit, okay? So, these are the Israelites, okay, that came out of Egypt under King Moses. And that was our first king. That was the first king of Israel, Moses. The first king, truly. All right? So he led us out of Egypt, okay? In great fashion, we like to say. All right? Exodus. That's in the Bible. Exodus, when he led us out of Egypt. So, I know Ox, man. Ox is a true Ox that's really studying. You know, they getting into, they learning their sign, and they learning their heritage, you know, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I love to see it. So, before we even get to this, we got to go to how many nations it is on this planet right now. So, I want to go to Facebook. I have made a post on here, and I said it's only 18 nations, and all these nations were dark skinned except Edom. That is your so-called white man. Now, Edom, if you study the etymology of Edom, Edom means red. The land of Edom it means red. Okay? Esau named his land after his color. Edom, red. And Esau, I believe in Hebrew, don't get me wrong, but it's Ashwak. Okay? And that means waste man. Okay? Because when he was born, he had the curse of Cain. He was red. He was born red and hairy all over. All right? Excuse me. So, it's only 18 nations. 18 nations on this planet. Okay? So, we're going to go through it. So, you got the Israelites. This is God's chosen nation. This is your Negroes, your Latinos, your Native Americans, Haitians, Jamaicans, Haitians. I put Haitians twice. I did. Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Panamanians, Incas, Aztecs, Guatemalans, Mayans, Seminole Indians, Cubans. So these are your 12 tribes, basically. And these are the signs. We're going to go through. All right. And this all came from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Father Abraham. Abraham had Isaac. Isaac had Jacob and Esau. Okay? Jacob had 10 sons. Okay? And Joseph eventually had Ephraim and Manasseh. Alright? So, that's where you get your 12 tribes from. So, this is important to know. Because Jacob's brother, Esau, hated Jacob. Because Jacob got his birthright. And you have to go to Genesis 25 and 25 and read on from there to understand that story. All right? This is why we study, to show ourselves approved. All right? So, once again, let's get back to here. So, Jacob's nation is the Israelites. All right? Because Jacob wrestled with God. Everybody know, I feel like everybody should know that story of Jacob wrestling with God. Even when I was a kid in plantation Christianity, I knew that story of Jacob wrestling with God. So I was like, you know, I'm thinking like, yo, who is Jacob? He wrestled with God or angel of God or whatever. You know, we go to scripture, we can break it down. So after that happened, the Lord named him Yasha'Allah. And that means Prince of Power. And in English, it would be Israel. So his name was Israel. So his sons that he had would be called after that the Israelites. This would be his nation. Okay? So Esau had a lot of sons as well. He had a couple tribes, you know. And they were called the Edomites. All right? So you got everybody know, I just be saying this, but I think everybody heard something about the Illuminati or your 13 bloodlines. Okay? That is Edom, basically. That's your so-called Lucifer, son of the morning. These so-called enlightened ones that call themselves the elite. All right? Edom or Esau. That's the Edomites. That's his bloodline. The red man. All right? Because look what I said on here. All these nations were dark-skinned except Edom. What's your bloodline? What's your father's bloodline? I'm an Israelite. That's crazy. If your father is a Negro, Latino, Native American, any of these, then you're an Israelite. Okay? Now, Africans are not Israelites. All right? And we're going to get into that. So let me get into that real quick. Let's go. Edom is the red man. All right? And they had the curse of Cain, the same color that Cain had because Cain killed his brother, right? And Cain was cursed with a Cain was cursed with a curse that no man would touch him, the mark of Cain. And that was Yahweh the Father taking his melanin away from him. All right, so everybody that saw Cain, they didn't touch him because the Lord said don't touch him, and they knew not to touch him because his skin was pink. It was red. All right, so you knew not to touch him, period. Because the Lord ordained it. The Lord did it. Everybody else at this time on the planet was dark-skinned except Esau, except Esau. All right. And he got that from Cain. He inherited that from Cain. Esau inherited that color from Cain. When he came out, he was red and hairy all over. He was a red man. It's no such thing as a black man or a white man. All right. We brown. And the white man is pink or red. Okay. It's no such thing as a black man or a white man. You Mexican, all right, you tribe of Issachar. That's your tribe right there. All right, the donkey is your symbol. And y'all motto is there's a reward. So if you a Mexican, you a tribe of Issachar, man. And Issachar, it said that Issachar would have a lot of dreams. Issachar was gifted with a lot of dreams. The Lord would come to y'all and talk to y'all in y'all dreams, and y'all would know the times, the signs of the times. So yeah, it's special to be tribe of Issachar, you know. Shalom. So get into the Bible more so, you know, and get to know your tribe. And it's just a beautiful thing to know that you are part of the Israelites, that you a tribe, man, that you have a tribe. Period. All right, so let's keep going. Moab is the Chinese. All right. And that came from Lot. After Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed, Lot's daughters came with him, and they was like, we must have sex with our father, basically, to preserve seed, because they thought they were the only ones left on the planet. You see, all these cities got destroyed because the Lord was mad. So he destroyed everything out there. It was Sodom and Gomorrah and like 5 other cities. He destroyed all of that. And it's nothing but sulfur there now. So, and they dug it up still. It's nothing but sulfur. It's nothing but, you know, nothing grows there. And that's what's going to happen to America as well, because the Lord is going to destroy this place. So Moab and Ammon was born out of his daughters basically having sex with him, okay? So Moab and Ammon, which is your Chinese and your Japanese. Then Ashur, that's your Assyrians. And we went into captivity under the Assyrians. If you study the Bible, if you study history in general, the Israelites went into captivity under the Assyrians. Not Nepalese. I have to look into that. What's your father? I don't know Nepalese. We mix it. We mix. There's no such thing as mix. You are what your father is. So whatever your father's bloodline is, then you are that. Whatever your father is, and whatever his father was, and his grandfather. So the seed of the father is what matters. If you go to Numbers 1 and 2, the Lord took numbers by the houses of the fathers. The seed of the father always matters. The woman, no offense to the woman, but the woman is the soil. The man carries the seeds and plants the seeds in the woman. So your dad mix. Nah, well, you got to go back. You funny. And figure it out. If y'all needs, though, I have to look that up, man. Material world still exists, though, so it does exist. Repeat that question. I don't really understand that. Alright, any of that Ish, it sound like you under Moab or Ammon. If you coming from the Asians. Alright, that's what it sounds like. I don't want to give you an answer because I haven't looked into it. Alright, but let's keep going. Aram, or the Aramites are Assyrians. The Elam is East Indians. And once again, at this time, all of these nations were dark-skinned people. Okay? All of them had melanin. Ishmael is your Arabs. And the Lord told Hagar, because Abraham had a baby with Hagar before he had Isaac. He had Ishmael. And the Lord told Hagar, I will bless your son. Okay? And they're still in their blessing. This is why the Arabs, the Arabians, they are good in Abu Dhabi, Dubai, all of that over there. They're in their blessing. They are rich from oil, from resources. They are in their blessing because the Lord, Yahweh, blessed them. And whatever the Lord says, man, it happens. It comes to pass and it stays like that. Okay? But the Israelites, she said she Gentile. Don't. Hey, but the Gentiles can cleave onto the Israelites, okay? Don't even, hey, as long as you know something, at least, you know what I'm saying? Just cleave onto an Israelite, all right? So, once again, let's keep going. Ishmael is your Arabians, your Arabs. Mizraim is your Egyptians, okay? And they were dark-skinned. And this is, if you notice how Moses blended in with the Egyptians, okay? So you can tell we kind of look the same, but we are not the same because we come from, I'm going to say it again, we come from Shem. The Africans, Egyptians, Ethiopians, North Africans, South Africans, all these I'm about to mention, they come from Ham. They are Hamitic. They come from Ham. They are Hamites, okay? So Mizraim is Egyptians. Cush is Ethiopians. Phut is North Africans. Canaan is South Africans. Gomer is Turkish people. Javan is Greeks. And now we're getting to the bloodline of Japheth. All right? And these are your so-called islanders right now. So this was his bloodline. Basically, before Esau took over Europe and Russia and all of that, this was his bloodline. Javan is the Greeks. Tarshish is the dark Japheth. Once again, just Japheth's line, man. Kittim is Japheth's line. Magog is the Russians. They were dark-skinned at first. Everybody was melanated except Esau. All right? Esau, Edom. And then Ashkenaz is your Germans. They were dark-skinned at first. And yeah, I'm going to get into all that, man. I'm going to get into the scattering. I'm going to get into all that. Look at Blake Griffin's sons. If they decide to be mixed with another woman, you can't tell. And it matters on, once again, it matters on if Blake Griffin's dad is an Israelite or not. Those kids are Israelites. So once again, it's no such thing as mixed. You can't go off of color. Yes, you can. We going off of bloodline. We going off of blood. All right. A lot of Israel look just like white people. That's true. It's Israelites that look just like white people. Yes. And it says our people would be scattered amongst the heathen nations. It says our people would be scattered amongst the heathen nations. Let me pull up that scripture before I get on to the next thing. It says we would be like sands of the sea. All right. Isaiah 10:22. For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. The consumption decreed shall overflow with righteousness. So we were scattered. And I'll go to Deuteronomy just to I like how you brought that up. We were scattered. That's important. Because that's important to know that we are all over this place. We are all over this planet. And sands of the sea, if you ever went to the beach and tried to count the sea, tried to count the sand at the sea, you can't count the sand at the beach. Shalom, man, shalom. Shalom. Yeah, bloodline, not color. Shalom, Khan. All right. And it shall come to pass that as the Lord Yahweh rejoiced over you to do you good and to multiply you, so the Lord will rejoice over you to destroy you and to bring you to naught. And ye shall be plucked from off the land whither thou goest to possess it. And the Lord Yahweh, whenever you see Lord, capital, that's Yahweh, shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. So yes, we were scattered. We were scattered all over this planet. And it's Israelites on every single continent. As the Lord say, he will gather them up on the four corners of the earth, the four winds of the earth. He's going to send the chariots down and gather all of them up, So we went over the nations, only 18 nations. All right, so let's get into this real quick. And after I get into this, I'm pretty much done. Got some stuff to do. But Judah, these are your Negroes. All right, your Negroes, not African Americans. Because we know, as I just said, we come from the bloodline of Shem. We don't come from the bloodline of Ham. We come from the bloodline of Shem. All right, and you trace that bloodline, you go through Genesis, and you go eventually end up at Abraham. And then you go from Abraham, he had Isaac. Isaac had Jacob and Esau. Jacob had the sons. All right, he had all his sons. Okay, and then Joseph had Ephraim, and Manasseh. All right, that's your Cubans and your Puerto Ricans. So these are your 12 tribes, which I'm about to break down right here. So, and that's just showing you that we not African Americans, period. We not Africans. We don't come from African bloodline. We don't come from African blood at all. All right. You actually think a God has nothing to say since a man? I don't know what he's talking about. But anyway, let's keep going. Judah is your Negroes. All right. Benjamin is your West Indian blacks. Levi is your Haitians, your Jamaicans. Ephraim is your Puerto Ricans. Manasseh is your Cubans. Simeon is your Dominicans. Zebulon is your Mayans. Guatemala to Panama. All right, Gad is your Native Americans. And I want to point out something, like, I'm tribe of Judah, right? But my grandmother is tribe of Gad. All right, so it doesn't matter about what she is, though. It matters on what my father was at the end of the day. So my father was tribe of Judah, so I could never be Gad. I used to think before I even really got into it that I was Gad, but I understood now, like after a couple months ago, I understood that it's father. It's all about the father's bloodline, period. All right? Man, let me check these comments. Esau could put other stuff out there, man. Ethiopian Bible older than King James Version. Shalom, Ak Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Barakatah. Judah has peanut heads. Ham got them block heads. Why you gotta do him like that? Yeah, that's funny though. Hey, and Ham got with man. Ham, our people be trying to defend Ham, man. Ham sold us. All right? And then Ham really trusted Esau and sold us over to Esau. And then what did Esau do? It went back and colonized all of Ham, except Ethiopia. Colonized all of Ham. Keep misinformation on Facebook. All right. Majority of Hispanics. Who? Majority of what? Every male on that chart must be circumcised on the 8th day or what? Nah. I mean, man, y'all just talking. Y'all just be talking in the comments. Hey, man, Yahweh Ba'Ashem, Yahweh Shah, to some of the Akyam I see. You Benjamin. You can't be both. You can't be Benjamin and Manasseh. You only one. You do to what your father is. You Judah. Shalom, Ak, Yahweh Ba'Ashem, Yahweh Shah, Barakatah. And they still trust Esau. Khan. Y'all saw the South Africans messing with Russia? They said, Putin can come. We'll give him an escort from the airport. He do all his business, everything, yo. Man. Yeah, Ham. Man, I was watching. Bro, they tried to show us on, if anybody watched Snowfall, they tried to show us how Ham sold us. Shoot. They definitely sold us, man. So, basically the lesson though, it's important to know your tribe. If you can trace your tribe, if you can get into your tribe, you know what I'm saying? Bruh, that's not even true, man. Abraham wasn't even circumcised. Okay? Resurrection prophet, whatever. Abraham wasn't even circumcised. You need to go into the New Testament and look up that whole doctrine. Alright, and we know we saved by faith at this point, man. We keep the law, but we saved by faith at this point. We keep the law, we keep as much of it as we can in this land of captivity. If you trying to keep law just strictly, then I need to see you out there unaliving some alphabet community people, man. If you trying to go off of law, my guy, I need to see the body counts rise, man. Yo, Ak, how I make a moderator? I want to make you a moderator, man. How I make that? Is it this button? No, that's the unfollow button. How you and I'm gonna make you a moderator, man. I don't know how to do this. Y'all know I don't get on live that much. Cause these scoffers, man, these people be crazy on here, man. I talked to one of them and they said the white Wow. Isaiah 11:11. Alright, I'll pull it up. But while I'm pulling it up, just the charts, man. The charts. The chart is important. Our heritage is important. So-called, man, Esau try to convince us that our heritage ain't important, and we go to his school and learn all of his bullshit. We learn all of his history. We learn about his forefathers. We don't learn about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We learn about George, Abraham, and Thomas. You know what I'm saying? And Benjamin. We don't learn about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, King David, King Solomon. We don't learn about Samson. You know what I'm saying? So it's important to know our history, know about our tribes, wake our people up, period. So Isaiah 11:11. Let's go to it. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again this second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea. It's the remnant. Like I said, we all over this planet. But that does not make us Hamites. You know, I don't even know what brother was trying to prove with that, but we are all over this planet. I've been to Japan. I met Israelites in Japan because of who their father was. You know, I met Israelites in Australia because of their father, bloodline. Period. Thank you for saying that. Keeping the law requires putting someone to death, including teens. Teens, kids, disobedient children. People can't go off a law. If you're trying to go off a law, man, you got to put these disobedient kids to death. Unalive them, you know? So really talking law, that's just, I mean, you got to do a lot of, you know? That's why we offer faith, all right? We offer faith. And this so-called planet say that they under God, they not, because they not keeping the law. This entire nation should stop working on the Sabbath if they so-called keeping the law. If they so-called under God, you know, but they don't shut down. All right. I'm in a camp, GMS, man. I'm out here in LA. GMS. I'm under the elders at GMS LA. What are the books called? What? Oh, the book I'm looking at right now, it's a Rose book. All right, it's Bible charts, maps, and timelines. Now, it do be, you know, man, dealing with Esau, because it's an Esau book. So the pictures be whitewashed, all right? They got Yeshua in here. They got the wrong names, and you got to discern through some of that stuff. But it's got the timelines is accurate. A lot of this stuff is accurate. And I would say this to, you know, anybody trying to really study and they find it hard to study. These books make it really easy. They break stuff down and make it really easy. They break all the events down, you know, so I just like how they got the 12 charts, the 12 charts in here. The temple, man, they got a lot of stuff in these books. So I got 2 of them. You can get them at Walmart. I got them for like 30. I think it was like 30. But good books, man. Good books. Good books, man. Any scriptures, man, I'll read the scriptures. I wasn't gonna be on here that long. Hey, Shalom. Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah. Ak, I see you. Baruch, man, I hope I ain't say that wrong. Shalom, Giadiah, Shalom. Hey, y'all showed up, man. Like I say, I don't be going live, but Shalom. Let me get back to that chart, man. Like I say, they say, you know, Jesus and stuff. So this book, basically, it's Edomized, but the time zones, they actually got this right, though, about the statue. They got the breakdown correct about the empires, how Daniel broke it down and everything. So it's a lot of good knowledge in this. It's a Rose book, But man, really, all you need is that book right there. All you need is that King James, man, that KJV. All you need is that KJV, man. All right, you know, Apocrypha, yes, indeed. You man, download the Apocrypha on your phone, right there. The Apocrypha, download that right there. Shoot. Yeah, but most definitely get a physical copy. If you got the finances to do it, get a physical copy. Because there ain't no telling what Esau gonna do when this whole system come into play in July. And after that, Esau could, if they wanted to, I bet they could knock down the internet. I think that'll be the last thing to go. But Esau could do whatever they want to, man. You know, at this point, it's saying the end, Satan gonna be, he gonna be bold because he know his time almost over. All right? He gonna be bold because he know his time almost over. But you know, I brought out what I wanted to bring out, really. Like I said, we about to go to a basketball game. I got my son in basketball. But man, these little charts, they got maps in here. And I know our people like visuals, you know. Our people like visuals. They got maps in here. They showing you everything basically in a visual form so you can see the empires. You can see and then break it down when we went into these lands. You know, and I'm gonna start doing more lives off of this book just to visually show y'all and things like that. Holy Land, Divided Kingdom. When we split. This is hard. This is hard. And it shows when we was united. And look at Edom. Look at Edom down there, man. And Mount Seir. Mount Seir. Hey, them Caucasus Mountains, man. Everybody be playing about it, but they lived in them Caucasus Mountains. Petra. All right. Let me go get it. My bad. 12 tribes. And pull it up. Screenshot it. But Dan is no longer a tribe. All right? Dan is no longer a tribe. And then once again, Joseph had Ephraim and Manasseh. So if we go to Revelations 7, let me go to Revelation 7. Because you're not going to see Ephraim in Revelation 7. So the 144,000. And I'm going to read this. And I'm about to slide for real though. But that proves all 18 nations are still all 18 nations are still here today. All 18 nations are still here today. Joseph got a double portion of the blessing. All right. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Of the tribe of Judah was sealed 12,000. And every tribe is going to say 12,000. So I'm going to read the tribes out. Judah, Reuben, Gad, Asher, Naphtali, Manasseh, Simeon, Levi, Issachar, Zebulun, Joseph, Benjamin. All right, so under Joseph, that's going to be Ephraim. All right, and some camps might try to do away with Ephraim, the Puerto Ricans. But that's not the case, man, because Joseph, that's his people. All right, so don't do them like that. Okay, that's important to know. They try to do our Puerto Ricans like that, man. Yes. Like I'm saying, you're not going to see Ephraim in here, but you know that they are mentioned. They are under Joseph. That's important to know. So they will be sealed. The elect out of the Puerto Ricans will be sealed. You know. Puerto Ricans, yes. Puerto Ricans are Israelites. Puerto Ricans are Israelites. Babe, what time you want to go? We need to go.
Yeah.
All right. We got to slide, though, but... shoot, I've been saying that. We got to slide, though. Man. Hey, Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Barakatah. To all the Achion that came through. You know, I hope this was an edifying message. Hope this was an edifying lesson. You know, it was just chilling, really. Discussing tribes, discussing the chart. You know. Shalom, you as well. The water. Please tell me what a Puerto Rican is. My people that's in Puerto Rico. Nah, but I gotta go, man. Baruch, you doing a lesson? If you doing a lesson, I'm gonna tap in later on. I'm gonna catch y'all tonight. Whoever doing a lesson tonight, I'm gonna tap in, man. Shalom, Kwam, Yasha Allah. Tatinos, yes, those are Israelites. The Arawak Indians, Tatinos, those are definitely Israelites. Not West African. Well, Tatinos, though. Tatinos, definitely. Not Spanish. But man, Shalom, I'm out though. I'm out, man. I'm out.